unlocking unseen possibilities for unlimited growth. You're here today with Nader Sabry, and today we're talking about motion over emotion. What I'm talking about today, ladies and gentlemen, is about taking action before emotion takes you over. One of the greatest things that I ever do, and I'm going to tell you a really interesting story. I used to work for a company. We had a very rigid CEO. Now, when I say rigid, I don't mean that in a bad way, but I'm talking about extremely disciplined, sometimes a little too disciplined, and that was one of the problems of being in an innovative industry. Nonetheless, every once in a while, he'd be looking for me. I wouldn't be in the office, and he was one of these guys that everyone has to be around. And so every time he'd ask him, I'd say, well, oh, he's downstairs walking around the block. And I'd see him looking from the window. We were on the 14th or 15th floor. And eventually one day he ended up coming downstairs and said, why is it every time I'm looking for you, you're down walking around the block? And I said, listen, Bill, why don't you take a walk with me for the next 15 minutes? We'll go back upstairs and we'll discuss it. So we went for a 15-minute walk and he just relaxed, right? And then we went out and we had a completely fresh discussion on the problem we needed to solve. What I told him is this: when you create motion, you are able to control your emotions or find even more powerful emotions that you can actually use to do whatever you want to solve. Now, one of the things that I love to do is just walking around. Walking helps me release energy, gain positivity from the natural environment around me, even if I do it indoors. So I always encourage people on my team, let's go out and do some positive walks. We do sometimes meetings during walks. Now that you can't do that in all locations because of weather and some natural constraints that may get in the way. But I always encourage that, motion will create emotion rather than emotion controlling your motion. So don't let emotions control you. Take control of them and use that positive energy and that positive vibe to get to the actions that you want to do. Today we're talking about motion over emotion.